It's crazy. I can't believe that Russia has declared war on Ukraine. That as soon as the declaration, oh, that's a missile. That's a missile. That's a f***ing missile.
That was one of those like.
Just gonna not talk for a second.
Guys,
all this because some humans would like to overtake other humans and say this is ours. And we're gonna run it this way. And the way we're gonna run it this way is to hurt, maim, and kill people. And hopefully you'll get out. If you don't, who cares? This is for the glory. And this is nothing that's foreign to us. You know, we carry out wars all the time in other countries. And this is why people get so upset at things that we do, because there are always consequences on the other side. So I would just hope that maybe some of the rhetoric around it also understands that there are people involved here. So some of the reasons that this is happening, in case you guys don't know. So one of the main reasons is Putin said that this operation, let's look at this graphic here, would aim for the demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine, referring to the Kremlin's contention that Ukraine's military threatens Russia and that it's run by neo-Nazis. So, excuse there. Putin also said in his speech, as this led up to, I'm referring to the expansion of the NATO to the east, moving its military infrastructure closer to Russian borders. It's well known that for 30 years, we have persistently and patiently tried to reach an agreement with the leading NATO countries on the principles of equal and unavoidable security in Europe. In response to our proposals, we constantly faced either cynical deception and lies or attempts to pressure and blackmail. While NATO, despite all of our protests and concerns, continue to steadily expand. The war machine is moving, and I repeat, it is coming close to our borders. So, as we've been talking about what one president said in a speech, and then what someone else said in a later speech, and then that who's right and who's wrong, and we shouldn't be dealing and worrying about Russia. Instead, we should be worrying about Canada. We've had pundits say things like that. So as we go through all of those thoughts and blame games and all that stuff, this is what's happening, like for real. So if you're trying to make any kind of clout or grift off of this, I guess good luck. But that's not going to change anything that's happening here, but the reality of the situation. I want to hear from what I want to tell you guys what Zelensky said. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said. He said his country was under attack from the north, from the south, northeast, and from the air. While Kyiv said the offensive had already killed dozens of soldiers and several civilians, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the military action after weeks of intense buildup, drawing condemnation from leaders across the world. So depending on what we hear from President Biden in like 15 minutes or so, or I'm sorry, 20 minutes or so, who knows what it'll change? We'll see what involvement America has in this. Maybe he'll announce something like that, or maybe he won't, because why would you do that? But it looks like it can get nothing but worse. And whatever this peacekeeping force, as we've heard people talk about that apparently are cheering this on before it happened, it doesn't look very peaceful. Or maybe ask the people that are running for their lives how peaceful this peacekeeping force is. And also ask yourself how much, I don't want to go into how much we could have contributed to it, because that goes right to what I was concerned about us doing, because it's not always about us. But we do have a former president, since we have this all lined up, that is concerned about it being about him and about re-election and about a stolen election and all those same things. That the only reason Vladimir Putin or any forces that are invading another country cares about is so they can make sure that we're fighting over that instead of paying attention to this.